couple weeks ago, we had a game jam at the Unknown Worlds office where I work. We invited a bunch of our friends over, and we just made games for the weekend. So usually smaller scale games than what we're used to making, but it's a good way to just kind of make an idea really quick, see how it plays, see if it's fun, and experiment, just have fun. So this game was what me and my team made. It's called Token Grabber, and the idea was to kind of meld the video game world with the real world, or the meat space as I started calling it, as people couldn't figure out what I was talking about. So as this next round begins, I'll explain how it works, but you can know some of the... it's a 4-player game. All these guys can move around. The artist did a great job on it. So here, I'll get started on this next round, and we'll explain how it works. Alright, so the basic idea is you start off with money. So you could go down to your pay station, and I have 18 coins down there. So I'm going to spend these coins, and as I spend them, the tokens there, the little poker chip number goes up. So at this point, I would have picked up 5 poker chips off of the table in front of me in the real world space. And the players are all playing this together next to each other, and this guy's picking up some tokens. And I use these tokens to bid on these 3 items up at the top. So I have a plant here, and a bug, and a gem. We borrowed some of this art from a great source that I'll link. Yeah, so the items themselves are not very important. They just kind of represent victory points. But here, let me make a quick bid here, just so we can understand what's going on. So I made some bids. Okay, so I made some bids. I used my poker chips to bid on the items. So you can see that the bug and the plant both got a bid in. So the max bid on the bug was $5. Some of the resources, or these chips I pick up off the table, they're trees and coal and meat and water. Those kind of arbitrary resources. We had a different kind of idea in mind at the start of this project, so things kind of developed oddly. But anyway, I won that bid by having 2 meat and 1 water, because I believe meat was the favored resource there. So each of these 3 stations has an affinity to one of the 4 resource types, and so it'll pay double. So that's where you get the 2 meat pays double for that. So that's 4 money, and then the water is another money. So each of the resource types just count as 1 money toward the bid, but the affinity on there will give you a better bid. So at this point, I would have to reveal to the group, to the other 3 players, that I have those resources. So I would show them that I have 2 meat chips and 1 water chip. And the video game doesn't know anything about these chips. It's just it's all enforced by the players at the table. So I'll get another round started here, so we can see that again. And the more money that you accumulate as the rounds go on, the more money you're going to have. So you could kind of save your money, or decide to just kind of get a bunch of chips. So at this point, I would have pulled chips off the table, and maybe I see that I have a bunch of water. So I'm like, I'm going to nail them. I'm going to get this plant here for sure. So there, I just have a $6 bid on the plant. And then maybe I picked up meat over here. I'm going to try and lock that in. I had a water, and I could keep going like this. And let's get another bid in here, just so I'm not so greedy. Well, I should probably pick up chips. The chips reset after each round. There's also coins here you could pick up to get more chips as the round progresses. So here, I'll lock in this bid. That's a pretty good bid. Let's go overkill on it. Alright, get some more money. Yeah, so we could see that the blue player, if they had all those chips, they won those 2 bids, and the green player will win that bid. If they don't have those chips, then we deduct a victory point for every chip they're missing. So you can't just go and lock in bids to prevent other players from bidding, because that'll penalize you pretty severely. And yeah, that's the basic idea. So it keeps going in rounds, but we said 3 rounds, and whoever had the most victory points at the end was the winner. And that was the idea. We could put some fun animations in there at the end, like little guy wiggles around when you bump into people. And I just put this in right now, but when you pick up a coin, the hat kind of pops up, which I like. It's fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments.